Hello, this is Raven Cheshire, the Kemet Twin One. My sister is asleep right now, so I'm going to do our first lesson. The first lesson that we're going to learn is summoning and reality shifting. Summoning and reality shifting is when you shift reality into your own perspective, what you want your reality to be. The thing about spells like this are very complicated due to the fact is that when you change reality or warp certain realities, you have to keep in mind that there are other people on the planet as well who can also do this. Every human being has the ability to warp their own reality. Now the problem with warping reality is that the reason why some people's reality don't warp the way it needs to, because it clashes. Now the point of clashing realities is when you forget that when you warp your reality, you warp everyone else's around you. You're not the only person on the planet, so therefore it is not just your mind that works. So how do you warp reality without shifting reality? Well, you simply form a bubble around those around you so that not just your reality is shifted, but everyone else is around you. So basically, if you have loved ones, children, parents, grandparents, so on and so forth, that you shift reality, you must understand that you have to shift reality where it benefits all people. Now this spell can be quite complicated now. Whew. Sorry, I'm walking really fast. This spell can be quite complicated now because due to the multiverse situation, with new knowledge of the multiverse, different dimensions, multi-versions of yourself, there's going to be a version of yourself that is also going to warp reality. Now, they're going to warp reality in their own way. So you have to make sure that when you warp reality, you and your other self does not clash. Look in the mirror and you tell yourself basically that this is your world and they have no part of it. Because the decisions you make when you do this warp would cause a shift. I forgot what my grandmother said. The shift was basically one of you are going to make the wrong choice, which is cause a shift. You want your other self to make the wrong choice so that your choices are the right ones. The fact is that you're not in competition with anybody else on this planet but yourself. Now, when you use reality shifting, I do it all the time. I shift my reality all the time, but I make sure that it's not just me who's getting the benefits out of it. It's those around me. Because you need to understand, the power is within your hands. Shifting reality is a complicated and very, very, very strategic type of situation or spell or whatever you may want to call it. My grandma said it's your higher self adjusting to its environment. Now, how do you adjust to your environment? Well, you shift the reality. Because a lot of people can sit there and say, oh, well, this is the environment I live in, and they don't like the environment. Well, you never shifted the environment to what you want it to be. So you're going to always be stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. Because this is your reality. Everyone has their own personal reality, but the reality that we live in is known as the reality of all realities. Basically, what you think can happen, but you don't believe it happens because someone told you it doesn't. So basically, a reality of a reality is when you can shift a reality into your reality by shifting someone else's reality into false reality. So, for example, to an example of shifting your own reality and to falsifying somebody else's. Religious people do it all the time. When they tell you, okay, so you believe that that you have a higher power, right? And so basically, how do you shift somebody else's reality by making their reality obsolete? Is by telling them that they're wrong. If the person in the mind thinks that they're wrong, they're going to believe this. And when they believe this, it causes a reality warp. You see? So basically, if you tell a fish that it can't climb a tree and that it's slow, it will forever believe that it is slow because it cannot climb a tree. Now, the thing about that is the reality of it is the fish doesn't have to climb the tree. It can warp its reality where there is no trees, so it can just stay in the water. But it doesn't. It's called basically it's a rift. You can basically cut someone's reality off. So basically, like I said, religious people do it all the time. When they make it sound like that you're wrong and they're right, they be like, well, all things comes from God. Am I correct? But what if it's your reality? If you shifted it, of course it'll look like a God did it, because you're shifting your reality into what you want it to be. Therefore, you're creating this God that doesn't exist, but you're creating it because you want it to happen. It's called reality shifting. Stay woke.